สวัสดีครับ Hi everyone, my name's Pitch, an English and Communication student at Ubon Ratchathani University.
Hello everyone, my name is Hannah. I'm an English language and literature student from Airlangga University and it's such a pleasure to meet you guys.
I'm honored to be here with you guys too. So today, what topic are we going to talk about, Hannah?
Okay, so today's topic is about intercultural communication online. But before we dig deeper into that, let me give you a brief explanation about what intercultural communication is. So, as far as I'm concerned, it is basically the study and practice of communication across cultural contexts. It applies equally to domestic cultural differences such as ethnicity and gender, and to international differences as well, such as those associated with nationality or world region.
Right. It is such an important topic to study. According to Cranberry Fox, because we live in a rapidly changing world with larger forces driving us to interact with others who are culturally different from ourselves. It is important for us to understand how we interact with other people from another culture or society politely. When we communicate well, we can create happy memories, satisfying relationships, and desired outcomes. In contrast, when we communicate poorly, we may create conflict, bitterness, or frustration. Moreover, Sinden supported that if we well understand about intercultural communication, we can remove cultural barriers and improve our negotiation skill, which benefits us in many ways, especially when we contact with others.
Ah, exactly. The key to effective communication is to consider cultural differences when interacting with other people from different cultures. Intercultural communication helps people from different ethnic backgrounds to communicate effectively with one another without creating any misunderstanding. And somehow also foster effective leadership, as we know that people nowadays are expected to lead teams by creating understanding policies while accommodating the diverse views of the team.
Yes, I totally agree with you, Hannah. I think it's enough talking about intercultural communication from our perspectives because we have four guests who will share their thoughts on this topic. Okay, for the guests, you guys are welcome to introduce yourself first, please.
Hello guys, my name's Malik. I'm a four-year student at Ubon Ratchathani University. I'm so glad I'm here today.
Hello guys, I'm Eliza Pinta Jalibila and you can call me Eliza and I'm second year student from Erlanger University English Language and Literature. Nice to meet you.
And hello everyone, I'm Farah Fariza from Erlanger University and currently I study at Erlanger University in majoring English language and literature.
Hello guys, my name is Aditya Panagrun. I am a student at Ubalachnani University. Nice to meet you all.
All right, it's nice to meet you guys. Thanks for sparing your time to come to today's podcast. All right, let's move to the first question. What do you think about intercultural communication? Is it important to you guys?
Yes, intercultural communication uh, is defined as the ability to communicate with people from different culture or cultural groups. Well, it is very important for me because I have a lot of foreigner friends. Of course, we have different cultures, right? Sometimes difference are a problem because they may misunderstand the other person. For example, when I talk to my American friends, I don't make eye contact with them because in my culture, eye contact is not always okay. While in American culture, eye contact is about honor the intellectual. So if you want to have a good relationship and avoid problems with misunderstanding, studying intercultural communication will help us to coexist smoothly.
Thanks, Mary, for sharing. It's a nice experience and example to us. Okay, next, what about Elisa?
Yeah, I think intercultural communication is communicating with people of different cultures, like me and you. I come from Indonesia and you are from Thailand. So with globalization, cross-cultural communication becomes very important because it is very useful when we visit or communicate with intercultures who come from other regions or countries. By the way, I learned a little bit about Thai language. I learned from watching drama, film, or songs, and I think it's very
Oh, it seems like you know a lot about the Thai language. Can you perhaps show it to us?
Yes, let me try. But I remember one sentence. The sentence is, wait, Oi,วันนี้สวยพังมาก I think the meaning is, today you're so gorgeous or splendidly. Thank you.
Oh, it's so great. It was so great. Thank you.
Okay, what about Farah?
Okay, so intercultural communication is a communication between people of different culture. So yeah, I think this is very important because if we are not careful, we may offend people from different cultures. The misuse of certain words or communication styles can lead to misunderstanding and the feelings of discomfort. So, by understanding that every culture is different, we can learn and find out how to communicate well according to the other cultures. So, yeah, I think this is very important.
Oh, thanks for sharing, Farah. And what about Amy?
For me, intercultural communication involves communicating with people that have different cultural backgrounds, values, and traditions. I think it's important to learn because communication is what we use to build relationships with others. Nowadays, there is more communication in daily life and online society. We should learn to accept and respect each other's differences and minimize conflicts. For example, when we communicate with foreign friends online, we need to know their cultural background to guide communication like slang, taboo words, or what topics we shouldn't talk about. This will improve communication and create harmony. Yes.
Wow, after hearing your opinion, I personally found those were such interesting answers. Knowing we all come from different countries, but we share the same view on the importance of learning intercultural communication. Thank you guys for sharing. However, what if our knowledge of intercultural communication is still lacking? Like, what possibilities would happen in its society? Can you guys maybe share your opinion on this matter? Starting from Mary.
I think that if there is a lack of knowledge about intercultural communications, it will cause a dissatisfaction and follow up with conflict. For example, Americans don't mind using their feet to point things out. On the other hand, Thai people see it's very rude if Americans are unaware of this limitation and use their feet to point out things it may upset Thais. Of course, this problem can easily arise if you have no knowledge of that.
I see there are ways to prevent these possibilities to happen. And what about the other one?
Yes, as I said before, intercultural communication in this era is very important. If we are not careful, we can often people from different cultures, misuse of certain word or communication styles can lead to misunderstanding and feelings of discomfort from the intercultural. Like when we first met, we were told to recognize our friends. That way I came to know about their culture. As it turned out, in Thailand, we avoided talking about politics, government, and so on. However, in Indonesia, it doesn't matter, especially Muslims like me. Yes, from there we have to learn more about intercultural communication. We can also find information about it via internet or social media because today's era has advanced and we can take advantage of that too.
Yes, I completely agree with you. This is why intercultural communication is so important. And what about Farah? What do you think? What is matter?
Yeah, for me personally, back to the main purpose of intercultural communication, it is namely to recognize and respect those who have cultural differences in communicating. So, if there is a misuse of certain words or communication styles, it will possibly lead to a misunderstanding and the feelings of discomfort. Not only feeling of discomfort, if it's left unchecked and we are unaware of knowledge regarding intercultural communication, I think this also can get worse and cause even bigger problems.
I think I completely agree with you. Thank you. And how about Amy?
In my opinion, if we lack knowledge of intercultural communication, it will bring conflict. People from different cultures have different ideas and actions. Maybe we don't understand what the other person is expressing. Sometimes it may lead us to use our own stereotypes and norms to judge others because they have different cultures than ours. For example, when we share information with people from different cultures, there are things that we doubt and do not understand, so we decided that was strange and bad.
Oh, I got it. There are still many ways to develop knowledge about intercultural communication and how to prevent its bad possibilities from happening in society, right? Last but not least, do you guys recommend that all students learn intercultural communication? Is it important to them to study this course in this era?
I really recommend them to study about intercultural communications because nowadays people all over the world are able to get close to each other through various means such as online communication. For this reason, we should study in the cultural communication in order to understand people from other culture. Being knowledgeable about other culture will help you easily get along with the people of that culture.
Thanks, Mary. What about Alicia?
Yes, I can generally recommend to my friends that intercultural communication is very important, especially in today's era. The benefits are, of course, like we can learn about foreign cultures and avoid us to racist attitudes, and we can also practice our communication and so on.
Thank you, Alicia. What about Farah?
Yeah. If you guys ask me, do you guys recommend all students to learn intercultural communication? And is it important for them? My answer is absolutely. Especially in this globalization era, we are very easy to connect and communicate with other people from very different countries and cultures. So yes, it is absolutely necessary and recommend to learn. Because instead of focusing on the communication barriers that arise, we should look at the benefits of intercultural communication itself. According to the expert itself, communication and culture are interrelated and have a reciprocal relationship. Culture is a part of communication behavior, so communication plays a role in determining, maintaining, and inheriting culture. There is nothing wrong with us as students studying intercultural communication because this also has many benefits, such as learning other cultures, adapting to differences, building bridges between cultures, and the last but not least, it is improving our communication skills. So yeah, my answer is absolutely yes.
Thanks, Farah. And for the last one, what about you, Amy?
I will definitely recommend our students. It's important in this globalization era. We can communicate with people all over the world, and nowadays it's effortless. We communicate online via social media. We have received a variety of cultures. Of course, we have to learn about intercultural communication. It will result in our understanding and empathy, building unity and reducing conflicts. It also gives us the flexibility of thinking which can be open the new things to develop knowledge. That's it.
Wow, your opinions are really, really helpful. Thanks for sharing those to us. I believe that your suggestion can benefit people who are interested in this topic or people who still hesitate to start learning this course. To sum up, this course can provide the learner many advantages. For example, to learn how to politely behave themselves to others or the way to communicate with other people, especially avoid avoid to create a conflict with each other. Therefore, it is worthy enough for us to spend our time learning more about this course.
I can't believe we've reached the end of the podcast. Thank you so much to the guests who have shared their thoughts with us. I hope this way we can learn about each other culture better, and hopefully this podcast can expand your knowledge about the importance of learning intercultural communication. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in and have a great day.
생각